female colleagues have, for example, received different kinds of feedback from their male colleagues, was a male colleague giving feedback to a female colleague. But that's an example of like unfair treatment, I think. I won't go into details, but in that particular instance, it could be construed as the female colleague not doing good a job as the male colleagues. On the feedback itself wasn't negative, just the type of feedback. My name is Hugo Svalstedt. I work as a research engineer at the Swedish Defense Research Agency, full time about 2.5 years.
Johan Rideg. I'm a research engineer at the Swedish Defense Research Agency for about 2 years.
My name is Emmanuel A. Enriquez. My profession is software engineering, and I work at Infor in Mirella here in Sweden. I think it's for like 6 years now.
Well, I'm Felen. I'm a development engineer in the Linköping Science Park. I've been working for almost 3 years now in the tech industry.
Niclas Hansson. I'm a research engineer. I've worked in tech for 3 years.
My personal motivation for this is that I want to work for a future that is inclusive and equal for everyone, and that we also develop products that are, just as I said, for everyone. And we still know that the tech field, entrepreneur field, is very male dominated. If I can be a part trying to make it more diverse, then I'm happy, and that's my goal. My name is Bergman, and I work as communications manager at Linköping Science Park. Sweden Tech Women is a network driven by Linköping Science Park, or really it's an initiative, and it's a network for women and non-binary individuals within the tech sector. And we arrange different types of meetups and events to boost their career, and we do that within different tech areas that we work with at the Science Park. So one day it could be, something like a lunch lecture, maybe on AI, and we can also do study visits to companies. We need more innovations that support women's health and bodies, and we also know that the research within this topic is still lacking, and 85% of the femtech companies are led by women. But at the same time, only 4% of the global capital investments go to women.
It wasn't my boss, but I think my boss had a problem with girls or women in positions. I could see that he only hired men. I'm Karolina Elmhester. I am a consultant nowadays. I have a background as a master in engineering and industrial engineering from here. And then I have a PhD in technology. I don't think it's about tech culture. I think it's about the view in society. I've been in masculine, men-dominated since I started. I went to science in gymnasium, and I went and never felt that I was put on sides. But I hear so much that it is. He really appreciated me, and for a while he was my boss because we changed boss, and he really praised what I did. But then I get higher positions. I can see that in the back. I have a daughter and a son. For me, they're treated the same. It's no difference if you are a man or a woman. And the manity is not about eating meat or having whatever. It's about who you are as a person and so on. And you should be a human. You shouldn't be a man or a woman. So teaching our boys.
I think it's important to communicate to female colleagues the way you would any other sort of colleague.
The thing that struck me was that we are all pretty much the same age, whereas a question like communication and judgment would have a greater difference of opinion for a greater age gap.
Most men, I don't feel that the men are, especially in Sweden, most are no problem. I've never felt like at Toyota there was a lot of men. I never felt that I was while working there and that I was. So it's more about realizing that there is a difference and talking about it.
I think once you're cognizant of biases, you need to be flexible enough to be able to change your behavior regarding those. I don't think just being aware of biases is enough, because once you are aware, you need to take action to counteract what sort of action those biases would naturally lead if those actions are unwanted.
We have to help them notice, because I don't think most men mean anything evil or mean. They don't realize.
Even if we don't want to be assholes, sometimes we are, just because we do not take into consideration that we might need to actually communicate differently to other colleagues.
We need more women in tech because we need, more perspectives that are, a part of developing products and building companies. If only one group innovate and develop products, many important insights are left out. And we also know that companies who, really work with the diversity question are more competitive, and that also strengthens Sweden's competitiveness. I mean, like, everyone is welcome to discuss and join East Sweden Tech Women. It is a network for women and non-binary individuals. But if you identify as a man and have ideas on how we could develop this community and our work, we are more than happy to talk.
They compliment what you dress or something instead of like you're doing a good job. And small things that if there's a woman in a room, she's the one that should take the notes or get the coffee. And it's not always like that. It's not like, but it's so easily done. And I think it's important to start for us, for you, to from the beginning say, no, let's do it, we take turns. This time is my turn, and make it something you can do it now, but then next time to show that it's not your job, that it's equal. And I think we have to do it, things like that, that it's not, and or book the vacations or plan the meetings or whatever it is. It's so easily the things, but I think you don't have to refuse, but to start making things up. So we have to start at home, and you have to start talking about it in your homes and with your guy friends and so on.
I think from when I've been out talking to people and companies, I've heard a lot, the mindset that it's too hard to maybe recruit women or get girls interested in the tech area. And I think that's like the first barrier you need to overcome. Because if you keep thinking like that, it's very hard to, start. So that's maybe my call to action, to stop thinking like that. And you need to do it in many steps. Start from the childhood, through school and university and the whole career life.